Alright, so yesterday we started looking at irregular verbs. So just like in the present tense, you have irregular verbs that have their own conjugation for the past participle. Just because a verb is irregular in the present tense does not necessarily mean it must be irregular in the passé composé, and vice versa. Just because it's irregular in the passé composé does not necessarily mean it's irregular in the present, but it tends to go together. Most of the time, if a verb is irregular in one tense, it will be irregular in all tenses. It's just not actually a hard and fast rule. Just like in the present tense, irregular past participles must be memorized. There's no pattern to them. That's what makes them irregular. You are going to have a very specific list of these, starting with the two we looked at yesterday. So faire, to do or to make, becomes fait. J'ai fait le ménage, I did the housework. And mettre, to put or to place, becomes mis. Il les a mis sur la table. He put them on the table. We're going to add 4 more today, starting with avoir. And avoir, highly irregular in the present, irregular in the passé composé. The past participle is Kind of almost sounds like someone punched you in the gut. Nous avons eu un chat. So, meaning we had a cat. So sad. My kitty died. I'm sad. Next, we have être, the verb to be. Highly irregular in the présent, highly irregular in the passé composé. So, the past participle of être is été. So, for example, elles ont été timides en août. They were timid in August. Alright, our next verb, vouloir. Vouloir means to want. So you did learn this one last year in French 1. It is irregular in the present tense. You better get used to this one. We're going to see it a lot. Because not only does this mean to want, but we're going to use it a lot when we talk about the conditional, when we use this to mean would like. So I want and I would like are both different conjugations of this exact same verb, vouloir. The past participle of vouloir is voulu. So for example, tu as voulu une voiture comme cadeau. You wanted a car as a present. And last but not least, for today, we're going to stop after devoir. So devoir can be a pretty difficult one to translate. So it can be used as must. To must doesn't really make a whole lot of sense in English, but when we want to say something like I must do something, we're going to use the verb devoir. Okay, so we can also translate it as to have to do something. The verb devoir, irregular in the present, irregular in the passé composé. The past participle is do. So do with the circumflex. Don't forget your circumflex. So for example, j'ai dû finir mes devoirs. I had to finish my homework. So be very, very careful not to mix up devoir with avoir. So avoir means to have something, like you have an item. It's typically going to be followed by a noun of some sort. So I have homework. Devoir is to have to do something. It will always be followed by a verb. So I had to finish my homework. Be very, very careful to keep these two ones straight. It does not make any sense in French if you flip them around. So today you're going to be practicing with these 6 irregular past participles as well as your 3 regular conjugations. I'm going to expect you to have these 6, so fait, mis, eu, été, voulu, and dû. I'm going to expect you to have all 6 of these, along with the infinitive that they belong to, memorized by tomorrow.